We are live on Facebook. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being live because you get to play today's Recon. It is, what is this? Tuesday, already the 3rd of March, and we've got a good one for you. Yesterday, we did kind of the opposite of this. And as you know, interest rates had been coming down. And so that may, and I've always said when rates come down, buyers don't flock off the fence right away because every day they wait, they might get a little bit better deal. Well, on the other side of that coin, sellers may think the market's getting better and they may not want to get more competitive. So you have to be skilled in the conversations. Today's conversation is going to be you're talking to your sellers and they say to one another, honey, with interest rates coming down and the market improving, I don't think we should lower our price. After all, we've only been on the market 90 days. Louise, you popped on maybe a little bit late. I know Robert was in the chat and there may be some others. So why don't you tee up Robert and we'll get going.
Okay. Hey, Robert. My husband and I were just saying that with interest rates coming down and the market improving, we don't think we should lower our price. We've only been on the market for 90 days.
So Luis, what is the goal in selling your house? Where are you moving to?
We're moving to Jupiter.
Okay. And what has you going to Jupiter?
We just want to be in the same school district where our daughter is.
Okay. And so, would you like to be in that school district sooner, or is she starting later?
She started now. She's actually a freshman, but she'll be there for the next, all of her high school years.
Okay. So, so what's important about you being in that school district?
Well, a few things. She'll be closer. She could maybe use the bus route there instead of us driving her to the magnet school, and she'll be around her peers in the community where her peers are.
Okay. Okay. So, Luis, is there anything other than the interest rates coming down that you're hoping that you might get a better offer or an offer on your home that's standing in the way?
Um, no, we just really need to make the most out of this sale because where we're moving to is more expensive than where we live now.
I understand. And so, Luis, you know, with the possibility that you're thinking interest rates might come down, um, you know, that's going to bring potentially more competition into the market. Do you think that that may be a hindrance to you?
I don't follow.
Well, several people like yourself are thinking the same things that, that
Time. Let me ask you a question, Robert. What is your goal in this conversation? This is for everyone. Listen up, you guys, because this is going to be real. This is for everyone, right? So, what is your goal? That's been on the market 90 days. Clearly, this isn't your first conversation with him. I'm sure you've been following up. And one of the things that Robert did, which is good, he went back to motivation. Now he was asking what the motivation was. You guys would know after 90 days, I trust, what the motivation is, but you can, like, just to clarify, what is the significance of the motivation again? So he backtracked so we all had context. What was your goal of that conversation, Robert?
well, your goal, of course, is to try and get them to realize that waiting it out is just potentially delaying the inevitable, that we likely need to have a price adjustment to their home in order to get an offer.
So, and we'll get. By the way, Louise, who's going up next so they can get get warmed up.
Yeah, I was just asking that question in the chat.
All right. So I asked Robert what his goal was, and he answered it about 98% correct, to help them realize whatever. Here's the thing: when you have your follow-up calls with your sellers, if your goal is always to get them to lower the price, they're going to pick up on that really fast. And they're going to think that all you want to do is get us lower the price so you get a commission check. Now, it may not be that may not be your goal. However, I believe we go in there kind of agnostic. Our goal is to help them realize, I'm using Robert's word, to help them see if waiting is really a benefit to them or a harm, right? That's the other side of the coin. do you really care, guys, if they lower their price today or not? No, if they don't want to change, if they don't want to change medicine, that's on them. However, there was a clue dropped. I know that Matt came on enough to soon enough to hear it. There was a clue drop that I think you missed. Do you know what it was? Matt, did you pick up on what Louise said that may have been a good road to drive down?
I don't know that I did, but I did hear most of it.
She said, well, we're going to move into a more expensive area. So right away, when they are a seller, they're waiting for the market to improve. Does that mean they're going to be a buyer in the improving market? So how do we say that?
Right.
Sell high, buy high. That could have been a road you had driven down. So
Right.
who's next, Louise?
Jose is up with Kelly, and following that will be Jenica and Don.
Okay.
Hey, Kelly, thank you for taking our weekly market update call. Have you had an opportunity to review that report?
What?
Kelly?
Kelly's not here.
Don. Is Don here? Yep, Don's
Yeah,
here.
he's here. Yep, he's just muted.
I'm muted for once. Jenica, with the interest rates coming down and the market improving, I don't think we should lower our price. We've only been on the market 90 days.
Okay, I think it was Jose, but I'll go.
Man,
Okay, Don.
It was Jose,
No problem.
and then
Sorry.
Jenica and I will go. Finish.
Okay, go Jose.
Don, have you had an opportunity to view the report?
Yeah, I looked at it quickly. What was really the gist of it?
Okay, so we had 10 showings, no offers,
Right,
and we've been on the market for 90 days.
right.
What are your thoughts?
Well, we've had 10 people look at it so far, so we're willing to wait to get that right person.
Yeah,
Okay.
now is when you give them the objection.
And
It's been
And I
hey,
understand.
interest rates are coming down. I think the market's going to improve. I don't think we're going to lower our price yet. All right, Jose, on to you.
And we've been on the market 90 days. That's correct, Don. Now, and the rates have come down. Now, the days on market, do you think it's working with you or against you?
I think the average time is going up in the market anyway. So I don't think it's really hurting us that much. We're getting
Okay.
people looking. I mean, we've had 10 people already.
Correct. Now, remind me again, when we do sell this property, are you buying?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And with rates improving, when it's time to buy, do you think that's going to be in your best interest or working against you?
Well, I think the lower the rate, the lower the payment. So we're good with that.
Will there be less buyers or more buyers
When?
when it's time for you to buy?
I guess if it's lower rates, probably have a few more people looking. Sure.
Okay. So you're okay to have more competition when it's time to buy? Am I hearing you right?
Well, I got to get this one sold first.
Time. Matt.
So maintaining congruency with being agnostic, I always want to know what they hope to see happen. And it doesn't seem like that's the conversation that you're attempting to have with them, Jose. You're attempting to have a conversation of self-discovery that comes after finding out what they hope to see happen, if that makes sense. So the first thing is, all right, we're, interest rates coming down, market's improving. Well, number one, what gives us the indication the market's improving? I piece it apart. I take it apart bit by bit. Okay, yeah, interest rates have come down, but what gives us the indication the market's improving? Get that answer. Second thing, I don't think we should lower our price. We've been on the market for 90 days. Okay, no problem. When do you foresee would be a reasonable time to revisit repositioning if the market continues to say no? You piece that apart. What are you hoping to see happen? What are the metrics that we're hoping to see happen And if they don't, what do we do then? Then you can go down the path of helping them self-discover. Well, if we get 60, 90 days into this and still nothing, how do you think it will benefit you? And you then, last thing, guys, you get so far down the rabbit hole. Don, let's say the market's screaming no to the price today, and the market doesn't improve the way in which you think and hope that it will. How will you feel if 90 days down the road, not only does the market say we need to reposition by this much, but now we've got to chase it this much lower? How'd you feel then?
Not good.
Okay. So see the conversation I'm having with them. That's how you do it.
Thank you, Matt.
Yep.
So Jose, I want to give you a knuckle bump. I know you're attempting to go down the road. I have it behind me for the people that have not been introduced to these yet. You're doing your follow-up calls. You have the 3 outcome sheet, which is behind me. Louisa put that in the chat. There's 3 outcomes. 1 is low to no showings. Outcome 2 is showings and low to no showings, no offers where it sells. Well, 10 showings, I don't know if they were in the first month, but nothing for 60 days, you're probably in outcome 1. But the issue is sometimes when you have that activity and the sellers are always thinking, well, the next one will be the one, the next one will be the one. So I just give you a knuckle bump because you were attempting to go down that road, and that's kind of how you've been trained. I'll just kind of fill in the blanks for the people that don't know that. Next, Louise, number 3.
Okay, next is Jenica and me. Let me add this.
Go.
And hey, Jenica, my husband and I were just talking, and with the interest rates coming down and the market improving, I don't think we should lower our price. We've only been on the market for 90 days.
Okay, Louise, thanks for sharing that feedback. When do you think it would be a reasonable time to revisit this conversation?
Let's give it a month.
Okay, we can absolutely do that. And then let me ask you, Louise, you're also hoping to buy, is that correct?
Yes, we are.
Okay. And what if by, repositioning in a month, well, maybe not that.
Mm-hmm.
What if by repositioning your current house, oh, I'm not going to say it right. Okay.
What happens? Louise, you want to wait a month?
Mm-hmm.
What's our plan in the month? What is the very next thing we'll do then?
Well, hopefully we'll be under contract, but if we won't, then we can talk about the price.
Okay. Then go to that, Jenica. Go to that.
Okay. So Louise, if in a month you want to, we reduce the price, I guess what I was going to say, if you reduce the price and then when you go to buy, you could also get a better deal on your buy. Would you be willing to consider repositioning now to be able to get into the next house?
I decided to leave money on the table because the area we're moving to is so much more expensive than where we currently are.
Got it. Okay. And what happens if, let's say, the market goes down even further in the next month? Is repositioning still going to be an option for you if you have to go down even further?
We might just end up staying if we're going to give the house away.
Time. Go ahead,
That's a fun one. I was hoping that you were going to go to that after we found out what she would do in a month, because she said in a month, well, then we'll talk about repositioning. Okay, well, Louise, in a month we revisit the conversation of repositioning, but it's no longer 1 notch or 2 notches. Our competition has repositioned by 3 or 4 notches, and in order to sell, we may have to get below them. What is our plan then? That's where I was hoping you would go with that, Denny.
Yeah, I wrote down the question when you guys were talking about the month, and we'll just wait another month. I wrote down the question. Well, if we wait another month, does that have any effect on your goals while you're selling?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to find out. Is it? I mean, so then, all right. So let's say metaphorically, we're sitting here and the medicine's not working 30 days from now. What will be your plan? So you kept saying one of the things you said, Jenica, that I wouldn't have said. Well, can we talk about lowering the price in a month? That's almost telling her it's not going to do any good, and it's taking away that hope, which means that she may interpret you're not on their side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if 30 days going to affect your plans at all? Well, not really. Okay, then what do you expect to happen differently? And if the market says no 30 days from now, what conversation do you want to have? I'll never bring up lowering the price.
Yep. And you can also use the medicine parallels or analogies we use. Well, how would you feel in 30 days if we had to double and triple the dose? And like they might say, well, what does that mean? Well, what are the chances that our competition repositions before we do? And we have to chase the market down that much more.
Right. By the way, does anybody happen to know what's happened to interest rates this week?
They've gone up.
Same as gas prices, right? External environment will affect things.
They've gone up a little bit. I mean, they were down to 5.9. The average 30 years up to like 6 point something. So they're right around 6.
We got 5.4 yesterday.
Holy cow. Okay.
Not on a 30?
On a 30.
You should have locked it. All right, next.
Dang.
Wow.
Okay, Takesha and Don.
Hey, Don.
Hey, Takesha, talked it over with Maureen, and with the interest rates coming down and the market improving, we don't think we should lower our price because we've only been on the market 90 days.
Okay. Now, remind me again, you did need to sell before you buy, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Now, let me reverse this. If it is that you were a buyer and you were looking for those interest rates to come down, would you be privy to getting into the market and buying quickly right then and there?
Yeah. I mean, the lower the interest rates, the quicker it's going to make up our minds to buy. Sure. What are they?
I'm sorry. What was that last question?
What are the interest rates right now? When are they coming down?
Well, you know what, Don? I honestly, my crystal ball is out right now, so I don't know exactly when they're coming down. But let's go ahead on and talk back to your particular house. Now, let's take this back over to selling. When it is that you're looking to sell, you want to sell for the highest possible, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So then with you selling for the highest possible, you're trying to get the most equity, right?
Yeah.
All right. So if you're using all your equity, or if you're getting the most equity and you go to buy and interest rates are low, don't you think you're going to be paying a higher price with the other buyers and using all your equity there?
I don't know. I just know I think we've had 10 showings. We had 2 last week. So, maybe we're hitting the time of the market where we're getting mature like a grapefruit on a tree.
Time. I'll tell you one thing before Matt goes. I like your confidence. You're driving your car very aggressively. Now, I'm not sure you're going in the right direction, but you do sound confident.
Yeah.
I was going to the 3 outcomes next, honestly.
Yeah.
I felt like you were making me wrong a little bit, though.
Well, it's
stupid.
funny. It's funny. The feedback, the first thing I was going to say was, I knew what you were saying, but it was tough for even me to follow you.
Okay.
Like I understood what you were saying. You were saying you're going to cash out more equity. If the market improves, you get more equity, but then you just reinvest it in your purchase.
Right.
But don't try to get too sexy with that, because I, doing this for 100 years, could follow you. They might not be able to. So but then, guys, I mean, agnostic is the best word here that Denny used earlier. It felt as if you're like, he's a horse, right? He's a horse, and you've got the reins, and you're pulling him to the water. Come here, drink. Where the reality is, Don, what are you hoping to see happen? And he's going to tell you, well, hopefully we get showings, we get offers. Okay, gotcha. I hope we do too. What's our plan if we don't? I don't care what he says. I just want to find out what do you hope to see happen? And then he's, we're ripening like grapefruit. Okay. How much riper do you want to get before we got to throw you in the trash? It's like, what are we doing? But I don't care. That's my point. So Good job though.
That's a value of practice. If your customers have to take and basically get a transcription of your conversation with them, throw it into GPT chat and have it interpreted in English, you're probably a little complex.
Mm-hmm.
So, Louise, next.
Okay, Chance and I are having a conversation, and following that will be Torian and Don. So, Chance,
Hey, Louise.
my husband and I were talking, and with the interest rates coming down and the market improving, I don't think we should lower our price. We've only been on the market for 90 days.
Yeah, and I definitely understand that. So as far as the interest rates go, I don't know if you saw recently, kind of with all the global impact, they definitely did go the opposite direction. If you guys don't lower your price now, what time frame are we looking at as far as when we want to readdress it?
Time. I'm just going to go. Do you know what agnostic means, Chance?
I'm laughing with you, not at you, Chance.
All right. So really fast. So you're going in there like with the objective of, by golly, you're going to get that price down come hell or high water.
Right.
If what we're saying is a doctor doesn't take that approach medically. How's the treatment working? Well, I really don't like the Windex isn't working on my warts. Well, can I try it another 30 days? Okay. Versus you follow what I'm saying. So Matt, give him a little, I'm going to give him a restart, but maybe give him a little coaching.
Yeah. Guys, I mean, I'm going to say it for the third time now, but I don't mean this condescendingly, because I know this is a little obtuse from what most people are trained to be salesmen. When you're having a conversation with Louise or whomever it is, it's all right. Gotcha. So if I understand correctly, you want, and I'm running you into the role play, Chance, you're going to pick up here.
Okay.
If I'm understanding you correctly, Louise, you're wanting to stay positioned where we are in the hopes that with interest rates coming down, we might get some more interested buyers. Do I have that right?
Louise.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. How much longer do we want to continue to do it this way?
Or when do you want to revisit this?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. How much longer do we, or when would you like to have a conversation, assuming if the market says no?
Let's give it 30 days.
All right. Now, Chance, jump back in.
Okay, so what do you think it looks like once we do give it 30 days?
I'm hoping it'll be under contract.
Okay, and are you guys trying to sell before you buy?
Yes, that's our plan.
Okay, so if we're not under contract at that 30 days, then kind of what's our plan at that point?
We're going to be in a pickle. We'll need to decide what we're going to do. We're not going to give the house away, and
I'm going to stop you there. What he did was brilliant. What he did was, if they're hell bent on keeping the price to where it is, then don't fight them head on that.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the other side of the coin. Well, how is that going to affect you? What happens in the next 2 weeks? The house that you've been waiting on to come on the market is on the market, and you're not able to take advantage of it. See, he took them to the other side of the coin, or pain. So good job, Chance. That's what we're talking about being agnostic, is don't keep hammering them with something they're not going to eat. I'm not eating liver and onions or eggplant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do it. But if you take it to the other side of the coin, which you did, a light bulb may go off. Does that make sense, Chance?
Yes, sir.
Yep. And then the other thing you can do, Chance, and everybody on here, in the next 30 days, if we're not under contract, I'm not saying we won't be. If we're not, what is the very next thing you think we should do? Because I want to know where their head's at. Is it reposition? Is it? And Louise said keeping. We don't want to give the home away. Okay, what does giving it away look like? Is keeping it an option? In other words, I'm not going to supplant or implant my narrative into their head of, well, we'll reposition in 30 days. Now, what's the next thing you think? What is the very next thing, if we're not under contract, that you want to do in the next 30 days?
So what that's called is future pacing. Let's just assume it's 30 days right now. We're having the same conversation. What's your next move? So we have time for another one. And if I'm staying on, I didn't have time yesterday, and the other coaches, if they have time, we're going to have, what's it called? Overtime, just 15 minutes if you want to chat. I also said to the group before we started, we'll get some feedback from you guys. Put it in the chat, Louise. You can kind of let me know what they say. Maybe we'd do pregame 15 minutes before, so we can go over this and maybe give you some pointers on how to handle this, so you're ready for prime time. So you like it 15 minutes earlier or post game, pre or post? Louise, who's next?
Pre-show. I'll put it in the chat. Tareen and Dawn are next.
Okay.
Hey, good morning, Don. All right. Hey, Don. So after our conversation, we've been on the market for a little bit today, since today. How do you feel everything's going?
I think it's going good. We've had a couple of showings here, and I think the market's getting a little bit better. Interest rates coming down. I think we'll just stay the course for now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And so tell me, I mean, do we need to start looking for homes while your home is currently listed right now, or do you plan on buying a home first?
No, well, yeah, Maureen's looking all the time online, but we don't want to waste your time until we got somebody obviously on the hook.
Yeah, I can see how that matters. So is it finding the right house is important to you? I mean, I know there's a brief little window once we get on escrow to be able to find our house, right? Are you willing to make sure that are you trying to settle for a house, or are you trying to find the right house?
Oh, we'll find the right house. I mean, there's lots of inventory out there. That's what you've been keeping us appraised for. And I mean, if we have to rent, we'll rent, but we're not going to settle. We'll wait for the right house. But we got to get this one sold. So
time, Matt.
I'm not sure where you were going, brother. Like we were talking about kind of future pacing to like him buying a property. The issue at hand is he needs to sell his, and he doesn't want to reposition it because he's smoking hopium and thinks the market's going to get better. So again, like I've given the feedback a couple times before, I just want to find out what the plan is. What do we want to do from here, Don? Oh, we want to stay right where we're at because we think that the market's going to get better. Okay. And what is our plan if it doesn't get better? Well, we're going to do this, that, and the other. Okay. And how long are we willing to give ourselves to see that type of outcome? When are we going to open the oven again and check on the turkey? Then you can start having conversations about their motive and the plan in the future. But until you suss out what we hope to see happen and how long we're willing to give this, don't talk about any of that. Because it's like when you've got a school bus full of fifth graders. There's just so much noise and you can't make sense of any of it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
All right, guys, good job. We got 6 rounds in, and if you'd like to participate in the post game, it's totally free. We're going to shut off the Facebook Live. We're going to shut off the Zoom recording, and if